Autobots, transform, roll out, and enjoy the show.
Autobots, transform and roll out. Today, I wanted to highlight a fan campaign, and that is a vote to get Activision Transformers games added to the Xbox backwards compatibility program that is launching this November in celebration of Xbox's anniversary. So, for those who don't know, Microsoft acquired Activision in 2023. And Activision, due to a loss of licensing, has ceased distributing all of their Transformer titles on digital storefronts. There is no way to pretty much legally obtain any of the Transformer games released through Activision. Again, legally being the key word there. Online features have been shut off. If you own the games legally, even online features, you're going to have to jump through a few hoops to get all of that working. Now, the great thing is verbatim, this is Hasbro's direct statement. Hasbro wants the titles on Game Pass. Hasbro wants people to be able to get Transformers up and running. There was, for a short period of time, a moment where Hasbro and Activision were talking, and Activision could not locate the game or even any of the games. And through that, Hasbro thought all hope might seem lost. Microsoft confirmed with Hasbro that they do have access to all of the games and that they have them all in working order. So all that's stopping right now is Microsoft's willingness to pay the licensing fee to get the titles back up. And to do that, it's time to show some interest. And that's where this fan campaign comes through. This is an unofficial fan site called Xbox Game Preservation. It requires a Google sign-in. You can log in here, search up Transformers, and vote for the games that you want brought back. Now, again, this is an entirely ran and operated fan campaign, but Microsoft has actually confirmed that they're watching. So, the fact that Microsoft is watching means it's time to get out and vote. Right now, as I record this, obviously these numbers could fluctuate a little bit here and there, but as I record this, Transformers is leading with the most votes. Transformers is leading. That's awesome. So let's rally. Let's get these titles. You can vote for whatever you want, vote for as many things as you want. You go and you do you. But if I'm going to get any kind of rallying cry, the games that I highly recommend voting for is Fall of Cybertron and Devastation. And the reason I say those two, because I do have a fair argument here, the reason I say to focus your efforts on those is Fall of Cybertron is a sequel to War for Cybertron. So if Fall of Cybertron wins, there's no reason that War for Cybertron won't become available, because the Fall of Cybertron, the Cybertron duology that's just a license. That's just it. Getting those two games up, there's no reason not to do one if the other one wins. You could make a counter argument for War for Cybertron since it's just the first one, but Fall of Cybertron I think is, and I'm sorry if people disagree, but I think Fall of Cybertron is the superior game out of the duology. So I say vote for Fall of Cybertron and vote for Devastation. And one of the reasons why I'm really cheering for Devastation is because it's very isolated. It's very standalone. It has no sequels. It doesn't have any kind of spiritual successors. It's very one of a kind in terms of Activision's library of Transformer games. So it doesn't really get the attention and love it deserves, even though it's an amazing game. The story's super fun, and it brought back the G1 cast. So much of it's a perfect retro game that honors the 1984 legacy of G1. So get out there. Rock the vote on this fan campaign, because Microsoft has confirmed they are looking at this. So this is not endorsed or operated by Microsoft in any way, but Microsoft's community team have said, yeah, we're looking at it. We're curious to see we're curious to see what title ends up getting the most votes. We're curious to see what property ends up getting the most votes, especially because of its licensing. Because I've made this clear in live streams when we've talked about it ad nauseum for years. Microsoft's going to have to pay. Hasbro wants these games out, but Microsoft, it's still a licensing. It's a licensing arrangement. Microsoft has to pay that. So they need to know that there is a hunger for licensed titles and for preserving them and getting them up on Game Pass. So as I've said, Hasbro wants it. Hasbro said point blank, we do want it. We'll sign it as soon as possible. Hasbro wants these games back out, and Hasbro themselves said Game Pass. I'm not saying Game Pass. That was Hasbro's words. So let's make it happen. Remember, till all are one.